Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm going to review Reign and Ruin by J.D. Evans. She is the heir to a sultanate that once ruled the world. He is an unwanted prince with the power to destroy. She is order and intellect, a woman who wants to rule in a man's place. He is chaos and violence who will stop at nothing to protect his people. War is coming and they must find a way to balance the wheel and save their people from annihilation. Name is the daughter of the Sultan of Tamar. She stands to only become the Sultana after he dies, and she needs to have a husband who will then become the Sultan. She's really not happy about this, and her father had actually agreed that she would become Sultan in her own right. She is, however, driven. She does lack a little bit of experience. However, her existence as a woman means that her father's council already see her as lesser. She does have incredible strength. She's balancing all of this while looking after her father, who has dementia, and still pretending everything is okay. You do get the idea that she's putting everything ahead of herself for the good of the realm, while trying to grasp on to whatever power she can get hold of. Makram is our other protagonist, and he is the opposite to Name. He is wild, chaotic, and dangerous. He is the second son. He knows his place in life, and his elder brother is honestly a bit of a dick. They are contacted in the hope of bringing peace. They are from Sakram, who are not usually Tamar's allies. So it was interesting to see how Makram and his brother disagreed with how things should progress. There are many other characters in this world who are all quite interesting, although one or two characters do feel a bit, I'm a stereotypical bad guy putting my interests first, but on the whole they're all really vividly created. The magic system in this world is such that it is as rich as some of the characters. There's been a great deal of thought been put into this system, and I absolutely loved discovering all the things about it as we went through the book. It is based on a 6-spoked wheel, with each of the spokes being a different house and type of magic. Name is an air mage, and this has an impact on her personality. There are different levels of mages in each house, and they all have their own skills and abilities. So you could go from being able to project your voice a bit more with using a spell, or just thinking that you're going to talk to someone across the courtyard and they can hear you. So it kind of steps up. You also discover how terrifying an air mage can actually be. I mean, you are quite fond of the air in your lungs, aren't you? Death mages have been thrown out of Tamar and banned. But to bring peace, of course, there has to be balance. And this throws up a very, very interesting plot thread through most of the book. So this has a very, very slow start. There is a lot that the author wants you to know about the world and the setup and the characters before we actually get into the meat of the story. And I've got to be honest with you, it took me 2 attempts to get through the first 60 pages of this. But once you're out of that first really slow start, the story just whizzes by. This is very much a fantasy romance. There is lots of lusting and longing gazes and self-control. I'm not sure I would call it slow burn, because there was a resolution to this by the end of the book. We have 2 attractive characters who catch each other's eyes, and the longing builds up, really, leading to some really quite questionable decisions about the story. Name leaves Tamar at the drop of a hat when she'd spent so long worrying about her father up until this point. And just as a personal preference, I'm kind of over the trope where we have the nervous, inexperienced woman and the reassuring and experienced man. I kind of want their sort of levels of experience to be a little bit more equal. It just feels like there's a bit of a power imbalance here at times, and honestly, at my age, I'm just kind of a bit over it. As for the sex scenes, I mean, they're okay. I'm not really one to gush over sex scenes. Like I said, there's lots of lust and longing. But overall, though, I really enjoyed the plot. It's a fascinating magic system. I love the magic system. The world and the setting were absolutely wonderful to become immersed in. This is not what I would have picked myself to read, but I'm glad I did. I enjoyed it. For the sake of SPFBO, I have given this 7.5 out of 10. So if you have read this, I would love to know your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you all soon.